For the first time in history, a weapon designed for global destruction has been used in a regional war. Russia, a nuclear superpower, has crossed an unprecedented line, launching an intercontinental ballistic missile, an ICBM, against Ukrainian territory. This event has shaken the geopolitical balance. What led to this extreme act? What message is Russia sending to the international community? And most importantly, what are the consequences for global peace and security? On November 21, 2024, Russia launched an RS-26 Rubezh intercontinental ballistic missile targeting the Rubezh industrial complex in Dnipro, Ukraine. This facility, vital to Ukraine's defense production, was obliterated in seconds. The strike marked the first time in history that an ICBM, a weapon originally designed for global-scale nuclear warfare, was used in a tactical combat setting. The missile, launched from a secure military base deep within Russian territory, traveled hundreds of kilometers before impacting its target with devastating precision. Although it carried a conventional warhead, the very deployment of an ICBM in this context raises profound concerns. Why did Russia choose such an extreme measure? Was this an act of desperation, a message to its adversaries, or both? Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky condemned the strike as a war crime, accusing Russia of turning Ukraine into a testing ground for weapons of mass destruction. Western leaders echoed these sentiments, warning of the dangerous precedent this sets for modern warfare. The RS-26 Rubezh is not just any missile. It represents a new generation of intercontinental ballistic weaponry. Capable of traveling over 10,000 kilometers and delivering multiple warheads, the Rubezh was originally designed as a nuclear deterrent. So why was it used in Ukraine? Experts believe this was a strategic move by Russia, demonstrating its ability to strike with overwhelming force while avoiding the full escalation of nuclear warfare. The decision to use a conventional warhead highlights a new era of hybrid tactics, where the psychological impact of such weapons can be as significant as their physical destruction. The RS-26 deployment underscores Russia's intent to project strength and instill fear, not just in Ukraine, but in NATO and the global community. Yet, this act also signals a potential shift in warfare, blurring the lines between strategic deterrence and tactical combat. The launch of an ICBM in a regional conflict has triggered alarm bells across the globe. The United Nations held an emergency session to address the incident, with Secretary General Antonio Guterres calling it a reckless escalation. NATO, in response, raised its defense posture in Eastern Europe, deploying additional forces to deter further Russian aggression. World leaders have condemned the act, with many warning that the use of such a weapon sets a dangerous precedent. The fear is clear. If an ICBM can be used conventionally today, what prevents its nuclear use tomorrow? Meanwhile, ordinary citizens are taking to the streets, urging their governments to take decisive action. The specter of nuclear conflict, once thought to belong to the Cold War, looms once again. The use of an ICBM in Ukraine raises profound questions. Are we witnessing the dawn of a new form of warfare? One where the lines between tactical and strategic weapons are increasingly blurred. And what does this mean for global stability? The implications are staggering. If such weapons become normalized in regional conflicts, the risk of full-scale nuclear war increases exponentially. This event serves as a wake-up call to the international community. Stronger safeguards and renewed arms control agreements are more critical than ever. While the world grapples with the immediate consequences of this attack, the focus must shift to preventing further escalations. Diplomacy, deterrence, and collective action are the only paths to preserving peace. The launch of an intercontinental ballistic missile in Ukraine, is a sobering reminder of the fragility of peace in our time. This event has not only reshaped the battlefield, but also our understanding of modern warfare. The choices we make now will define the future, not just for Ukraine, but for all of humanity. What do you think? How should the world respond to this act? Share your thoughts in the comments below.